And hello, welcome to Art Friends. This is Opalia, and these are my friends Coen and Coda.
The other art friends
say their names.
Indeed.
I am Coda,
I
and
am
he is Coen.
I am Coen Spooker.
I
am so hyped for this episode.
am Co-Pyre?
Dead.
Co-Pyre?
Wow.
Co-dead.
I am zombie.
He is Co-dead, the zombie. And
What's up, dude? My name is Co-Dead. I've been dead for at least a century, and just looking for some brain.
some brain.
Honestly, I can imagine him being a zombie, and he's just like, I only aspire
that
to
an
get
insult?
intelligent brains.
Wow.
I can see him being a zombie. There's no difference between him and a mindless wanderer.
Guys, I'm coming out as dead.
Wow. That's really
I'm
brave
sorry,
of
I'm
you.
not. I'm very not accepting of dead people. They're very smelly. They smell like soap. Am I right, Coen?
No, they smell like corpses, Opalia.
Well, have you ever smelled bad soap? That always smells like corpses. God, I hate the soap at my grandma's place. Can I just... Ugh. Okay, we can continue.
I guess old people are like zombies.
Coda, did you just disrespect the elderly?
Coda!
Remember
Got
lately
him.
when we had a discussion about who would say the most offensive thing on Art Friends?
Oh yeah,
I think
and
we-
who
I
would,
think we
who
got
would
it.
get cancelled?
You.
Got him.
Yeah, we talked about how you would get cancelled, I think, Coda.
Yeah, Coen and I were saying like, who's gonna get cancelled because someone's gonna dig up an old thing they said on Art Friends.
Coda's gonna get cancelled.
1,000,000%.
But, anyways, guys, it's Spook Month.
Spook Month.
In fact, it's Spook Day, or is it the day before Spook Day? The day this is coming out.
Doesn't matter.
So we did an artist swap episode. What episode was that? Was that?
A while back.
Yeah, and we
Episode
ended up
24, I think.
spookifying pretty much everything in that anyway.
Yeah.
So,
So basically, what we did there was we took a show, a movie, just a property, and we're like, what if this other artist had made it? And we just discussed like how the show would have changed. We're gonna do a similar thing, except we take a show and instead of switching its artist, we're gonna say, how would we make this spooky?
We pretty much
Spooky
say
now.
bippity boppity. This is our property.
What?
Bippity boppity will make you hoppity with fear.
Hippity hoopity, this is now spoopy. Biba bang, biba boke. It's time for the spook.
Frippity frarity, you will get scaredied.
Perfect. But who wants to start with their show?
Yeah, so we each have our own show. The other ones
We
aren't-
made a new
don't know
one.
about it. Yeah,
We
we
only-
made our own show, everybody.
We made new TV shows. They're on air right now.
Just go to Netflix.
Hulu.
It was sponsored by Cartoon Network as well. Like I just got all the industries, all the separate studios in on my show because the pitch was too good.
We got everyone from Riot Games to Disney to Bethesda to ZeniMax to literally every company on Earth to NASA to Tesla to SpaceX to Elon Musk himself.
Elon
The
Musk.
thing is, I can imagine Elon Musk just being like, sure, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
he'd fund it. He'd fund it.
He's just like, okay, sure, let's go. I'm rich anyway, so I can do this. I'm a meme lord.
He is a meme lord.
Rich.
Quick appreciation second from Elon Musk.
Okay, that was the second.
Yeah.
Anyhow, who wants
Anyways.
to start?
All right.
Mwah.
Who thinks they have the best show?
Well, if it goes who has the best show, it should be you, Coda. Dabs.
So that means
What?
I go last because, as we all know, it's best for last.
Yeah, I think Coen should go last then.
What?
Opalia, what's your show?
Opalia, what's your show?
Opalia, what's
Mine
your
is
show?
SpongeBob.
Wow.
SpongeBob.
We didn't know
And
that
I already
because
have an
you-
idea.
We didn't
SpongeBob.
know that.
It's just SpongeBob.
How are you gonna spookify SpongeBob?
How are we gonna spookify SpongeBob? Spook Bob.
The thing is, I already have like a basic idea, pretty much. SpongeBob is still working at the Krusty Krab, and like the whole like characters are still with the same name, you know, similar personality. No, it's a similar idea to Sweeney Todd, where SpongeBob actually cooks different fishes.
Oh,
Death. Ooh.
no, Coda, it's worse. It's cannibalism. The fish eat the burgers.
Exactly.
Indeed. But isn't there already crab in the Krusty Krab patties?
No,
Where do they get their
No.
meat?
that's never explained in the show, and I think that's how we're spookifying it. Where I
Mhm.
guess they would just randomly take people from the restaurant who sit alone at a table listening to MCR or something, and they just cook them up.
Okay, but there's like one episode that would actually still fit in that universe, where pretty much Mr. Krabs maybe could be a serial killer, and to get rid of the evidence, he pretty much chops it down, puts it into the cooler, and lets SpongeBob cook it without even knowing. And as soon as SpongeBob finds out, you know that one episode where he's scared of Krabby Patties and thinks that they're going to eat him? Just
Mhm.
amp that up a little bit, like a little notch.
Huh. That could be
I would
interesting.
think it's even scarier if the entire Krusty Krab knew about this, but the characters outside of it don't. So like Mr.
Yeah.
Krabs just makes all the money. SpongeBob knowingly and psychopathically fries all these humans, fries all these people, and Squidward like chops them in half or whatever with his many arms.
The thing is, Coen, the thing is, afterwards, SpongeBob still goes back to his job and cooks, so maybe at that point, that's when his character breaks and he actually enjoys his job. So,
Oh,
like, chopping up the meat, doing all the work.
so how much time
So
did
maybe-
you spend thinking of this?
A few seconds.
Kona, I think we might have a problem.
Not yet.
Run. But I like this.
Coen. Psst.
I like this
that's the-
idea. What are some? Do you guys have any other ideas of different ways to spookify SpongeBob?
Just a whole bunch of plastic in the ocean, and you see people. That would be more tragic than horror-esque, I guess.
Yeah. What about?
I mean, horror can be tragic.
What about like fishermen? Something with fishermen. Like the fishermen are always trying to get the fish.
I don't feel like that would be that scary.
You
Because
could
then we know, like, oh, they're just fishermen. We're humans. They're just human fishermen.
right.
Remember that one episode with the hooks? Like when SpongeBob and Patrick were like sitting on them and like going up and then letting them fall down?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Except a very
Let's say-
horrifying environment.
Let's say that SpongeBob actually got catched by one of them and is
Caught?
now a fishing body.
Caught.
Whatever. That SpongeBob got catched by one of the fishermen, and pretty much he has now to sit. Jesus, English today. He now has to sit inside of that fisher boat, like as his pet, because he's just like, oh, a sponge, I cannot eat that, so he's going to be my pet now. And he just sees every fish die in front of him.
That seems scary, but it's not a show. Like, is the entire show
Yeah.
just you sitting there from Sponge? It's POV, your SpongeBob watching fish die.
Maybe it could be a movie where SpongeBob then tries to get out of there.
And honestly, the
Like the SpongeBob
thing
movie.
is, SpongeBob is a kind of crazy franchise. So an idea that pops into my head was like SpongeBob and friends find some Lovecraftian monsters at the bottom of
They
the
found
ocean.
Cthulhu!
But the thing is, I don't think that's spoopy. Like, we could make it like
Cthulhu's
Scooby.
horrifying!
Hear me out, okay?
You're too mesmerized
Hear
by
me
him
out.
to be horrified.
Let me continue talking. So the problem with SpongeBob, I think, is that no matter, like, we could take the Scooby-Doo route where it has like to do with some spooky stuff, but it's not necessarily horror. But I don't think you can make like effective horror with SpongeBob characters unless you make the SpongeBob characters the horror. Because
Didn't you just hear my ideas, dude? I literally had some horrifying stuff there.
Yeah, but like SpongeBob and friends get captured by fishermen, or SpongeBob and friends find Cthulhu at the bottom of the ocean, doesn't actually sound like effective horror because they're still SpongeBob characters.
Exactly, we would have to change up some of the designs.
And their personalities.
And personalities.
I don't know, I kind of think it's kind of funny how SpongeBob... Not funny. It's kind of more horrifying. Imagine SpongeBob still being his childish self and at one point enjoying it. To like cut them up, so he's like playing with them.
I like that idea.
Using the guts as a jump rope and being like, this is fun.
That's still changing SpongeBob character, because the intro of SpongeBob's not a psychopath. What Coen is saying is you can't not change their character.
Yeah.
Now, there could be an element like of the Scooby-Doo-ness to it if you maybe left SpongeBob as the innocent childlike one and changed the people around him. So, like, one of them was a cult, like, Squidward was a cult leader or something who was trying to resurrect Cthulhu, and, like, SpongeBob was getting involved with this cult without knowing, so on and so forth.
Then Cthulhu gets summoned, and he also has the Squidward nose.
Oh, I want to draw Cthulhu Squidward.
Wasn't there an episode where Squidward tries to get into a cult?
I don't know.
What? It must have been a newer episode.
No, he had like a red robe, and it was like a triangle,
that wasn't a cult.
like a pyramid.
That wasn't a cult. That was some executive squid club.
Wait, they said squid club in English?
What was it? A cult in German?
I think it was a cult.
Ha. Nice.
It was not a cult in English.
I mean, we Germans are kind of used to cultism.
Dan, can't believe they changed it in the English dub.
I only watch SpongeBob subs, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there could... I like the cult idea, where, like, Squidward is trying to resurrect Cthulhu, and, like...
Bless you.
I'm sorry, I don't like that idea.
Alright.
Because it's too whimsical, it's not horror enough.
Well, cults are scary if you do them right.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because I'm not scared of cults.
Have you heard a good cult story?
A few.
Nice.
I've even heard one where the dad was pretty much the leader of a cult, and then he realized that he wasn't like wealthy enough, and he pretty much killed himself, and the mom had to like survive with her a few daughters. I think it was 4 or 5 daughters. And then they all went into a hotel room in a Holiday Inn, by the way. And pretty much the mom committed mass suicide with her daughters.
Oh.
Isn't that
It's more of a tragic story.
Yeah, that's more of a tragic story. But I feel like the real horror from cults is that all these people you know and love are actually doing these horrendous things you don't like.
I don't know, there are also cults that have some spicy things.
Well, I feel like the horror from cults comes from the mystery behind it and the manipulation of the people.
Also
because,
that.
Like, if they're doing things that you can't fully understand, and there are weird symbols involved, and they're, like, just very strange, and there's always this sense of danger, like something bad or magic, like dark magic is gonna happen, that's pretty spoopy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a cult. Opalia, have you never been in a cult?
I should make one. I mean, what? I don't know, I think cults are more cool and mesmerizing and beautiful.
I don't.
As long as they don't kill people.
Worm cults.
Worms for the worm god.
Worms for the worm god.
So yeah, let's try to settle on an idea. Which way are we all leaning?
I prefer the first one.
The first one? Let's spend like 5 minutes really thinking about what that show would look like. What would a casual episode of horror SpongeBob look like? With the premise being
much
the
more
Krusty
desaturated
Krab.
and darker.
Beautiful.
Yes, the premise of this show is Mr. Krabs is, I suppose, just a psychopath and maybe a cult leader, who knows, but he
likes to make
people-
money. And
Yeah,
he
he
sells
takes
them their own
people
meat.
from the Krusty Krab, abducts them, turns
I have
them
an
into
idea.
Burgess, and sells them.
You know how he was in the Marine?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's his enemies, like his former enemies, that he pretty much cooled down and like one after another, like found and then annihilated.
I feel like he'd run out of meat very quickly.
Yeah, he would. I think it's honestly scarier and less sympathetic. Like, I feel like that makes him more sympathetic, which is not good, I think, for this
But
one.
no, his enemies are maybe the other people from the Marine, because he just doesn't want to have that memory anymore. So he is in a way
Yeah, but that
sympathetic, but he only get that in the end, when it's like almost over, and he's like, "Yeah, I kind of did it."
I honestly think it's scarier if he just takes
Stupid
random
heads.
people. Just
Like
random
who are
people
eating
in
at the
restaurant.
establishment.
Yeah, because then it makes it much less specific. Because this one drives on the very specific fear of subway phobia, which is that when you're in a subway, you get abducted and turned into the food.
The fact that it's Subway of all things.
It's not a real thing. I just made it up, but it was funny, and I made Coda laugh, so I'm happy.
The thing is, I love Subway,
Yeah.
but there's only one sub I like, and I can like paraphrase it perfectly in German and English.
We're not gonna do that.
Not in this episode. In the Subway episode, we're going to talk about that.
This Subway episode.
Art Friends, where we talk about Subway.
Yeah,
The artistry of sandwich creation.
honestly.
It's very difficult. Talking about cold, want to continue with our story?
So, what would a
Nice.
normal episode of this show be like? Like, what would go on? Just give me an example of an episode.
Well,
I feel like I had an idea. No one reacted to it before, so it might have been a bad idea. But you guys also might have heard it. But what if Plank?
what if?
Let Coen go.
Yes.
What if Plank? Let me go. Let me go. Let me go.
Go. I will never. I already have him in my arms.
Let me go. No, but what if Plankton is the good guy?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to say. Like maybe Plankton and or Patrick found out about the whole shenanigans that's happening behind the scenes, and they're trying to like make it better while not like getting caught and eaten.
Yeah, so Plankton is trying to somehow dismantle the Krusty Krab. Will not. But wouldn't he just call it? Maybe Mr. Krabs is so good at hiding it, the authorities can't really find anything.
Yeah.
Maybe Plankton got ruined by Mr. Krabs first, and then he was like, "Okay, I'm going to watch deeper into his shenanigans there."
Yeah, and
Yeah.
That's how he found out.
maybe SpongeBob is like his regular nice personality against everyone else, but like in his own street, he's like fully psychopathic. Because Squidward also works at the restaurant, and he's in on the whole cult thing. But he has like this freakishly abusive relationship with Patrick.
Oh.
That instead of being friends with Patrick, he maybe lets out all of his anger and trauma onto him
Well, not trauma.
by like.
You shouldn't make these psychopathic, scary characters sympathetic, Opalia.
Well, I like making them sympathetic because
Yeah,
people
because
like
you're
to
a simp.
simp on them.
We don't want them to simp on us. We don't want them
I feel
to
like
simp on our
if
characters.
we do Art Friends like 10 years from now, we're going to be watch back these episodes and we're going to be like, what is simp and why did we say it like 40 times every episode?
We will still
that's your
remember.
Coda.
We will still remember.
I love how Coen and I in general both just said we will remember, but not you.
Coda, that joke is like unvaccinated children. It never gets old.
Wait, did you just come up with that?
No, I stole it. It's good though.
Brutal.
Why are you bullying me? I'm right. Left.
Now he's saying it to himself.
Yes. I do it on my own, Coda.
Coen,
I'll be in my own thoughts. I'll be laying in bed. I'll be alone with my thoughts, and then I'll just randomly say out left. Then my sister comes into my room, and she's like, "You're not asleep yet. It's 1 a.m. I want to sleep. Why did you wake me up by screaming left out loud?" And then I'm like, "Yeah, right." And then in my head I say, "Yeah, right." And then I say left again. And then she leaves the room, and then I'm like, she left. And then I go to sleep. And then I wake up. And then I step out of the side of the bed. Guess on which side? The left one.
the right side.
The left side.
Oh.
Wow. What a tale.
What a tale.
Alright, so, okay, one last thing. Give me an idea for an episode. That's kind of what I've been asking for. So, like...
Okay.
I literally tried to answer to you twice.
No, but, like, what happens in this episode? What's the plot?
They're
nothing.
running out of meat, so they're trying to, like, select targets.
So, it's... Like,
so
one of the episodes...
they're like stealing files from the government and trying to see which one has like the least connections to other people, so they won't notice the disappearance.
Ooh, what if they actually take suicidal people and ask them, so they end their lives?
That makes them more sympathetic again, Opalia.
Yes, but maybe those are like suicidal people that try to get back into life. And they pretty much make their lives so much worse.
Plot, but that won't work for literally every single one.
That's also that's a episode, but also like
that we could combine these studies where they're like looking for people to target, and they find this person who has suicidal tendencies, and there's rumors of them like returning to life, but then they try to take them and make it look like suicide.
Yeah. All right, we got a very dark, spooky SpongeBob out of the way. That went darker than I intended. It, but that's fun.
SpongeBob, piss your pants out of fear. SpongeBob, piss your pants out of fear because it's scary.
SpongeBob wet pants.
Got him.
What? Okay, but what would we call it?
SpongeBob Spook Pants.
We would call it the Sponge.
The Sponge.
Holy crap.
Coming this summer. Holy crap.
Holy crab.
It's the Sponge. So let's see. Who's going next? Me or you, Coda?
Coen.
I think it's Coen.
Coen.
Me?
Yes.
Oh wait, Coda, because the best comes last.
Why? Mine's not the best.
How dare you say I'm not the best?
Mine's really not the best.
How dare you not say I'm the best?
Okay, Coda's the best, so I'll go first.
No.
I'm not actually sure. I think Coda knows it. I'm not sure if Opalia knows it, but I have two ideas in mind. So first, I propose. I don't know what year it came from, but it's a pretty neat show. American Dragon, Jake Long.
Oh, I know that one.
I know that one as well. I
Epic.
never actually watched it.
Then we can use it.
Wait, I never watched it. I don't know any of the details.
Doesn't matter. Basically, fairy tale creatures and mythical creatures and everything live in the city.
And there's that hot blonde girl that tries to kill him.
Yeah, that's true.
All the things I remember, literally.
Let me run down the plot for you. Okay, so it takes place in NYC, New York City. Yeah. And there's a bunch of mythical creatures who live under the population, like in sewers and hidden, disguised or whatever. And there's the high school guy, cool skater dude, because it was the early 2010s or whatever. And
Jake Long?
Yeah, Jake Long. And he has the power to turn into a dragon. And the dragons are tasked with like protecting and keeping the mythical world a secret. But there's also this clan or cult of dragon hunters. And Jake's crush is like the daughter of the leader of that dragon cult, the dragon killing cult. Is that literally all you remember from the show? Nice.
No.
But Jay.
Definitely not.
Alright, so how are we gonna spoopy this?
Boopy.
What if instead of a world of fairy tales, it's a world of monsters?
Monsters?
Well, I mean, it's also monsters there.
Yeah. I mean, they're mythical creatures, so there's definitely some monsters among them.
But, like, it's only monsters. Like, there's no good in that world.
Oh.
Actually, yes, let's follow Jake. But in that case, he is one of the last horror creatures. And that blonde hot girl tries to kill him.
Save my daughter so hot and blonde.
Nice.
But pretty much he like tries to hide from her, and it's like that big epic adventure. So pretty much he hunts him or tries to hunt him down because they used fairy tale creatures maybe to their energy comes from magical creatures, and pretty much they drain out every single like little bit of energy out of them to like get their city running. So pretty much it follows Jake Long trying to run from her, and as soon as she would catch him, she would pretty much use a machinery to drain out his power. Maybe the youth, maybe like some of the magical creatures have like infinite youth, and that's what they're draining to like.
Perhaps. I feel like this
Creepy.
is a very, very, very similar premise to the SpongeBob one, because it's basically, ooh, we need to kill you to take your meats and do something with it.
How about we change it up? Instead of making it an incredibly dark horror flick, how about we just think of a Halloween-themed episode?
That's what I was saying. Like, what if all the things in the fairy tale land were just like, ooh, vampire, werewolf, a zombie.
Oh yeah, what if it's like NYC just gets invaded by a bunch of like horror-themed, but not necessarily scary monsters in a special kind of episode? So like a Christmas episode, but Halloween, Halloween special.
Yeah.
Because Halloween episodes don't get recognized, or not recognized.
Don't get
Enough
enough
respect.
recognition.
Yeah, they don't get
You
enough
won't get any
credit.
love.
Whenever a show has a Halloween themed episode, I get so happy.
I'm still
Right?
continuing my quest to watch every single episode of Ben 10, and I'm at Omniverse now, and I'm really excited for the Halloween episodes. In that,
There's a Halloween episode?
yes, multiple. I'm pretty sure.
I think I need to watch Ben 10 now.
I just
All
need
of
to watch
it.
the Halloween ones. I have watched all of Ben 10, like all the Ben 10 media that's out there.
Do you remember all of it?
Not even close.
Knew it. I remember most of it now.
I don't know why, but every time Coen says knew it, it just sounds to do it.
Do it. But anyhow, do we want to think of like a Halloween themed episode instead of a creepy horror movie?
That could be fun.
Just for
I like that.
funsies.
This one's a bit more
So
lighthearted.
it's a
I think
bit
have
more
a
like
lighthearted break.
yeah, it's a bit more like Nightmare Before Christmas, where it's like a bit more lighthearted.
Nighthearted.
Nighthearted, haha. That sounds like a nightcore
Like
song.
I said, I've never watched the show, so I'm going to have to. I don't have an easy way of thinking.
Just make assumptions. It'll be fine.
Okay, I'll make assumptions, and Coen, you can be like wrong.
I'll
be
say
like
wrong.
right, and you'll be like left.
Sounds good. Wrong.
Right.
Left.
I am a prophet.
He actually is. As we've established on the show before, he has been enlightened multiple times a day.
But
Guess he's a flashlight.
Yeah, I was about to say, if I shine a flashlight into my eye, am I enlightened?
subsurface scattering is just being enlightened.
Perfect. Wait, then glass is extremely enlightened. Because it's fully transparent.
Yes.
Is God made out of glass?
Coda?
Yes.
Bad
Uh-oh!
boy.
Coda's in trouble!
What happened?
Coda, I heard your phone.
What? No, I'm not texting any.
No phone classroom, you have to take 20 sit-ups now.
I've never heard anyone use sit-ups as like the drop and give me 20. Coen, since you've watched the show, what's your idea for a spoopy Halloween episode?
I also watched the show.
Opalia, what's your idea? And don't just talk about the hot chick.
I guess Coen can talk first.
Also, his grandpa is also a dragon, and he was like the previous dragon and stuff.
Yeah, and he also has a dog that has like a lot of faults. I don't know
It's
I
like
think his name is
an
Shifu.
English bulldog. That's basically immortal.
Oh, what's the grandpa's name Shifu?
Shifu's from Kung Fu Panda, Opalia.
As I said, I only remember the hot girl.
Nice. Shifu is
And I
the
remember
mentor
that
character in Kung Fu Panda, for those that don't remember.
Or didn't watch it, Coda.
Shifu is the panda boy. Right?
I'm not gonna comment on that. Anyhow.
Wait.
Wasn't the panda boy Po?
Yeah. Po is the panda.
No, the red panda. Sorry.
The one.
Yeah, the mentor.
Yeah. Whatever. That's very irrelevant.
The Tanuki-looking motherfucker.
Oh, some Tanuki mofo just walked on the street. We gotta take him out.
Oh, that's funny.
I know it is. Because I'm the one who told the joke.
Anyhow, should I pitch my idea?
Yes, pitch your idea.
Okay. Halloween themed episode.
Isn't there one?
I don't know. We're gonna make one up now. I say it's October 31st. Yeah, that's Halloween. I know that.
Uh-huh.
And Jake and his grandpa and the dog. I forgot the dog's name. Oops. Go to like a holding
play. We'll call him Oogway.
The fact that
Monkey. Anyhow. That's Oogway's best quotes. Monkey. But anyhow, I feel like it would be fun if he got like
Foo! His name is Foo Dog.
There we go, Foo. That's his name. What's his grandpa's name again?
Wait, like the Vietnamese soup? Or no, that's pho.
Lao Shi.
Oh yeah, that was his name.
Long Lao Shi. The mother is called Susan, because obviously.
Yes.
The sister is called Haley. The male best friend is called Spud. The female best friend is called Trixie.
Potato.
The dad is called Jonathan, because, yeah.
Does he have a 5,000 IQ and a bird mage on his side?
No, but like, the hot girl's name is Rose.
This is so irrelevant.
It really is. Anyhow, I feel like it would be fun if he got shown like some kind of magical seal that kept the monsters away on a full moon. So like it's like a magic seal in the middle of the city to see emerging man. That like keeps people from turning into werewolves. That keeps vampires from wanting blood. That keeps the ghosts away. All that spooky stuff gets blocked by that seal. And I don't know if it would be funnier or better if either Foo or Foo the dog, the clumsy immortal dog, or Jake would like lean against the seal and then it would fall over and break. And then basically all hell breaks loose, like vampires suddenly are thirsty again for blood, werewolves start appearing, it's a full moon, ghosts start haunting, and it's up to the main cast to get rid of all these spooky monsters. To fix the seal and get rid of all these monsters.
I feel like fixing the seal would get rid of them, but there's like a deadline. They're like, oh no, we have to fix the seal before anyone gets hurt. Let's go to Grandmaster Seal Creator Boy and get him to remake the seal.
Grandmaster Seal Creator Boy, my man. No, I feel like that would be a fun setup, and they could have all sorts of monster shenanigans.
True.
Yeah.
And you could even have a plot point where like his dad was a werewolf all along, and no one just knew it because the seal constantly kept them from transforming on the full moon.
Uh-huh.
Stuff like that. Or maybe someone else was a werewolf all along. Maybe the school principal was a werewolf all along. That'd be kind of funny, because for those that don't know, the school principal is kind of like Mr. Crocker in Fairly Odd Parents, where he's really suspicious of mythical creatures and stuff existing, so he gives Jake constantly bad grades and everything. And that would be funny if he was a werewolf all along and he just didn't know it.
He's like, oh, I was right. Well,
but
there would
then
also
his
have to
memory
be some.
Gets wiped.
I was about to say there has to be a memory wiping thing at the end of the episode.
Yeah, for sure. Or maybe it's the thing. Maybe it's like, oh no, the monsters will start realizing, and the main thing in the episode is that they have to try to be as fast as possible and keep it a secret or whatever.
Oh yeah, they do have to, they might have to keep it a secret. And you know, I bet at first the monsters would be confused and scared, but then they start actually doing things.
Yeah.
What if twist, he goes to a monster universe instead of the monsters coming to him?
That could also be fun, where he
he has to find his way back.
That could also be fun. A nice old spooky world situation.
And he has to go to Grandmaster Portal Maker Boy to get him a portal back home.
Yeah. And then maybe that Grandmaster Portal Maker Boy is the person who made Frankenstein. Is Frankenstein, and he made Frankenstein's monster. I
was about to say.
Yeah, I am so incredibly intelligent, you don't even want to know.
Is the person who made Frankenstein's mom.
Frankenstein's momster.
Momster. Oh my god, I love that.
Draw it, Opalia.
No.
Frankenstein's mobster.
Frankenstein's mobster.
Doesn't Frankenstein have like the weird white and black afro?
What?
No.
Does he? Which scientist has like the white and black afro?
Albert Einstein? No.
No.
But he do be having an afro.
That would be sick. It might be Frankenstein, I don't know.
I'm gonna Google Frankenstein real quick, but
I don't think you mean afro, but you mean the pompadour with like Frankenstein's wife.
I need to watch some spooky movies and draw some more spooky things. I'm getting in the mood now.
I guess Dr. Frankenstein doesn't have the white and black hair.
Are you disappointed, Coda? Draw your own version of Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster, Coda. Do that after the episode. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
And it's good portfolio material if you work it out nicely.
Yes.
So do that. But I think we got the premise for this one basically done.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what to add anymore.
I mean, if we want to make Opalia happy, we could involve Rose with it somehow. Maybe they get sent to...
Is that hot blonde chick's name? Because I have only heard her referred to as
it's
hot
Rose.
Blonde chick throughout this podcast.
Rose. But maybe it's like a forced team up situation where they have to work with the dragon hunting clan to get rid of all the monsters, or they're like stuck together in the world.
And then at the end, you're like, there's like a hinted thing that they might be friends, but then they never acknowledge it again.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely not an overused stereotype there.
No, actually, we brought Ben 10 up earlier, but one of my favorite episodes from that show is where Ben gets friended with basically a Nazi alien who's like a racist alien who's like only pure breeders, only purebred. Their entire race is racist because they only believe in like pure breeds, and they're like horrendously incestualized. I don't know if that's a word, but you know, they're kind of failing. And
Alabama and them are strong.
Yep, basically, and they get stranded on a desert planet, and they have to work together to survive. And at the end of the episode, the racist alien like gets hurt, and Ben fixes it in some way using the Omnitrix, which makes his DNA impure. And in the finale of that season, that same alien convinces the others of his species that it's okay to be inbred and that they can live on.
You mean okay to be impure?
Yeah. Like that
It's okay to be inbred.
That's literally
Just
the
like
opposite
a
of the
hot
message.
dog.
That's the opposite of the message, Opalia. Anyhow, I'm explaining it poorly, but I like that episode. It's good. And he called the racist alien Rainy. So that's nice. And he wasn't racist anymore.
In this type of show, though, it would be hinted at that they might become friends, but then never actually happen.
The thing
It
is,
might happen at the end of the show. I'm not
she
going to
is his
spoil it.
crush. She is his crush and love interest, and that's the worst part about it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fun dynamic.
Imagine Coda, do you have a crush?
No.
Try to imagine having a crush.
Weirdo.
Okay, now
What
imagine...
kind of sicko has a crush on somebody?
Most people, Coda.
Blinks.
Opalia, you don't have crushes, you just have simp targets.
Simps.
She has target. Oh no, don't say that. I don't have crushes, I have targets. That sounds awful.
Where did the word crush even come from?
So, Coda, what's your show?
No, but no. I think we could wrap this up.
Yeah.
I don't know how to wrap.
Yeah, not the entire episode, but this idea.
Yeah, this up, yeah, this up. Alright, so...
What was the rapper? Wait, Coda, what was the rapper called again?
The Brevis.
Anyhow, Coda, what was your show? Is it Thomas the Tank Engine?
Oh, that one's too easy. That one's too easy. So you both picked very whatchamacallit, kind of episode like shows, like each episode episodic shows. Yes, you both picked very episodic shows. I have picked a show with a bit more of an ongoing story. I had like 3 shows, but I was going to pick the show that was least like the ones you guys have said. So, I picked...
What were the other 2 options?
Adventure Time.
Mm-hmm.
And Ren and Stimpy.
Which show did you pick?
Steven Universe.
Oh.
Okay, I can work with that. Ren and Stimpy gives me the creeps.
I love Ren and Stimpy.
Leave me alone with it.
I adore it. That has to be one of my favorite shows of all time.
The gems are Lovecraftian golems. And maybe alien invaders.
They already are alien invaders, number 1.
I know. I know. Wasn't that a plot point in Steven Universe where they wanted to turn planet Earth into like a gigantic zoo?
Yeah, the human zoo. Ooh. You know what we're talking about.
Ooh. Entire planets overtaken by a powerful race of Lovecraftian gem-based things.
Sexy gems.
No, Opalia, you're the only one who finds them sexy.
That's not true.
That's not true at all.
Yeah.
How would you know?
I mean, let me just say Garnet.
Do we want to go more lighthearted or darker with this one?
I love it dark.
Or do we want to hit somewhere in between, maybe?
We'll see along the way.
But what are some immediate ideas?
Let's see. We need to make Steven Universe spooky. Maybe we could play with the idea of like the hollowed gems and like crank it up to 11. Or the what was it called? Corrupted gems, I think.
Yeah, I think what really makes things spooky is mystery. So maybe there could be an element of you don't know if a gem is corrupted, and it's like a disease, like a zombie.
Oh, that could
like
be
gems
creepy.
can infect other gems, and you don't know if they're corrupted or not.
Have you guys seen Primal?
I feel like diseases are this year a little bit of a traumatic experience to everyone.
Have you guys seen? Have you guys watched Primal yet?
No.
Oh, shame.
Guys,
what?
Just quick side note. Yesterday, I was at the store quickly buying myself something to drink, right?
Mm-hmm.
Left, I know. and there was a guy with 2 shopping carts full of toilet paper. Second wave is starting as soon as the toilet paper is going to be bought.
Is he? I like to think that he's just never run out this entire time. He just constantly keeps buying it every time the store stocks it. Just like, one of these days, this is gonna come in handy.
I mean, it could be that he was working for like a private, like elderly home thingy-majiggy. But the thing is, they had max buy like 5 packages, and like they normally order them in like big amounts, so it couldn't be for private reasons like that. So why?
I can only respond to that story with one thing, Opalia. Anyhow, Spooky Steven universe sends shivers down your spines.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spines. Da-da-da-da-da.
Anyhow,
Scary skeletons, you're
are we
so
ever not gonna
misunderstood.
get off track?
We just
only want to
socialize,
socialize,
but I don't think we should.
The spooky, scary
Scary skeleton.
Okay, Coda, shut up.
Okay.
Now,
So-
Opalia, give us your idea.
Yeah,
Give
what are you thinking, Opalia?
Give it.
I'm still simping over Rose here. That's a joke. I started
it's not.
simping over Garnet.
Garnet is literally already a couple.
That's true. She is the relationship, and I'm simping to have that.
So, what are you guys thinking as far as Spooky Steven Universe? Like I said, I think the mystery of not knowing if a gym is corrupt or not is pretty spooky.
Like, we can either, like...
Oh yeah, spoilers ahead. We're talking about the shows. I should have maybe said that at the beginning as a disclaimer.
Maybe just put that at the beginning. Just like, hey guys, this episode contains spoilers for all your favorite shows, or not. You might hate them. But just...
Did you just spoil SpongeBob?
We spoiled SpongeBob!
I mean, SpongeBob is very episodical, while Steven Universe is more like a story.
Steven dies at the end.
That's not true, but he
Batman
gets
dies at
corrupted.
the end of Steven Universe.
Steven actually gets corrupted, and we can work with that.
Yeah, that's one of my ideas, where like you kind of get to know the gems.
Doesn't it need like
and then
all
they
4
corrupt.
diamonds to like uncorrupt the gems? Like only if all 4 diamonds help them to not get corrupted, they get not corrupted.
I would like to play with the idea of corruption.
So, would this be treated like a zombie thing? Like where one gym
We
can
could
infect
treat it
another?
like a zombie disease. That could be cool.
I hate zombies.
Yeah, that's the point.
Like, if there is anything that legit scares me for no reason at all, it's zombies. When I was smaller,
Oh yeah, then don't watch Primal, or watch Primal, but don't watch the episode Plague of Madness. That probably has like the scariest zombie I've seen in a while. Anyhow,
when I was younger, around like 13, 14, I was so scared of zombies, and we had a bathroom, and right next to the toilet, whoever had that idea why, was a big window. And I always imagined just a face appearing there, like a zombie coming in.
I
while
had
I'm...
that too, where like you look at a dark window and you for me it was more like a white-faced vampire or something. Just suddenly popping up against the window.
For me, it was the SCP that actually does appear in Windows in the Dark. That's an actual SCP.
Oh, cool.
And I read about that when I was young.
Oddly specific, though.
It
Yeah,
is.
right.
That would be a cool cinematic shot where you like see a person put on their headphones and you like it's an over-the-shoulder view and they're like looking at their desk and you see the window in the background and you just see like a vampire dude or something crawling up. And you hear the pop music, and you don't hear the guy crawling.
Uh-huh.
And then he moves his hand to like the window lock, and then the shot cuts out.
Maybe it's
Completely
like
irrelevant,
just
but-
smoke.
What?
Like smoke coming through the window, and all of a sudden it opens.
That's less
Like
creepy,
it's
honestly.
sentient smoke.
That's
Yes.
less creepy in my opinion.
I think it's creepier when you cannot even like touch the thing, but the thing can touch you.
Probably that's creepy in a different way.
Yeah, exactly, but it's creepy. The thing is, I'm less scared of something as soon as I can touch it and it doesn't hurt me when I touch it.
Touch me. I just thought of that clip, okay.
But at the same time, hugging scares me because I don't feel like I'm protected when I'm hugged. It's the irony, though. Like, hugging is protecting, but I feel very unprotected as soon as someone hugs me.
When we meet in real life, I'm gonna hug you and hold a plastic butter knife in my hand.
You're just hugging me, and I'm like...
Stab.
Oh, okay, so... Opalia, did you have any ideas for Spooky Steven Universe?
No.
Bruh.
I don't know. I just imagine those beautiful backgrounds, and I don't ever want to change that.
Oh, you don't want to change the art of Steven Universe.
It's so pretty.
We're not gonna change it. We're just gonna make more of it, except it's spooky and different.
Imagine the same visuals, just scary.
Exactly.
Yes.
No, imagine the same visuals, but the story behind it is scary.
So, yeah, what would the visuals of this look like?
Probably
Would
a
they
lot. I feel
Orange!
like it could still be a lot more. It could still be very saturated, I think, but it would definitely have to be less pastel colored.
Uh-huh.
Maybe it's like the kind of shows where it looks like nothing is wrong with it,
Oh, that could be fun.
but as soon as you go further into it, you see, oh, frick.
A good old sausage
There's a
party.
frick tongue run with it.
A good old sausage party trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like maybe the art style changes, or not the style, but like the color palettes change throughout the show. So like you watch the last episode and it's a lot darker, and you watch the first episode and you're like, it used to look like this?
I didn't see this. That could be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
so
that.
like the colors slowly change as the show gets darker.
I like that a lot. The show gets darker and so do the colors.
Yeah. So do we like the premise of messing with like a zombie type infection thing of gyms?
I do like that, where it's like these benevolent, nice-looking gems slowly getting corrupted.
And what if like you don't know if someone's corrupted?
Oh,
So
there's
like,
an imposter among us.
Right, but like also we could play a lot with like Greg, Steven's dad, not knowing if Steven is corrupted or not.
Oh,
Maybe it's more of a psychological horror then.
yeah.
Yeah, like a psychological spoopy.
But you can still have spooky zombie gems.
Spooky zombie. Yeah, I guess there would be a state like the gym slowly physically corrupts, but they're like mentally corrupt faster. But eventually they just basically turn into a zombie.
And then like maybe like half of Pearl's face falls off and she suddenly starts wearing this gigantic sweater. And she's like, oh no, it's fine. It's all good.
Yeah, I like to think that when you get corrupted, it's also kind of like you turn I hate to say evil, but almost more psychopathic.
What if like you do turn more psychopathic and more apathetic? You know, apathetic.
Right.
But what if they're hiding the fact that they're corrupted because when gems are corrupted, they don't try to fix them, but they just try to burn them alive, or whatever.
Or they're hiding the fact that they're corrupted because that's part of being corrupted. Is that
could also be cool.
Guys.
Yes.
What if the like gem gets corrupted, they still think the same, but their body moves on their own, so like an alien syndrome where their body is alienated to what they're thinking.
Oh, that could be cool. So like another, maybe it's like a hive mind that takes over.
Exactly, that's what I wanted to do.
Hive mind.
Oh yeah, like a hive mind takes over, and then it's like, so that's why they're hiding it, because the hive mind is slowly taking control of them and doesn't want other people to know.
I can imagine Pearl just not wanting to worry everyone, so she's just like hiding it more and more.
Right. And eventually she just kind of wears a mask, and at one point her mask falls off, and they're like, oh!
She was the imposter all along.
In space, no one can hear you scream.
In space, no one can hear his...
No one can hear.
I don't even get the jokes that we're saying right now.
I tried to mimic the sound it makes when it says like ... was an imposter.
Oh.
Or was ejected.
Or something like that.
So, I like this idea. What would an episode of this show look like? Like, give me an idea. Give me a plot of an episode.
Maybe Steven slowly seeing more and more hints that one of his friends is corrupted.
Yeah, and humans can't get corrupted. So
No.
And like Steven has like these best friends like Connie and Greg who just refuse to believe that he's ever corrupted.
No, he can't be corrupted. He's your sweet little boy. You just did a bad
Wait,
job
he
raising
has
him.
half a gem, right?
Yeah, maybe he's immune because he's half a gem.
Maybe it's then only like half of his like body not working correctly.
Maybe he has to fight it.
Maybe he stays physically the same, but he just goes mentally out of it.
Or opposite.
I mean, that's literally what the show makes in the end.
Kinda.
So like that way people wouldn't even be able to tell if he's corrupted other than like the mental difference.
Or maybe it's the opposite, where mentally he's completely okay, but he's starting to look more and more corrupted.
I like that, but I
And
also
people turning away from him because they get scared of him.
Yeah.
right. I like the
Yeah.
idea of him being mentally corrupted because it's a more of a psychological spoopy.
That's
like,
true.
is Steven still Steven? There's no way to tell.
We'll never know.
But the thing is, psychological is already happening in Steven Universe, like the original plot.
Yes, still, but you can still make it. There's a difference between psychological and psychological horror.
True.
I can't think
Anyways.
of a good example, but trust me.
I think Doki Doki Literature Club is psychological horror, while Evangelion just plays a lot with psychology.
Yeah. And they're both weeps, so that works.
Oh god, I have to remember the song text. I have it. Okay, nice. We can continue.
So, does anyone else have anything they want to say before the episode goes end and goes bye-bye?
Good. Episodes go bye-bye.
I imagine a future where I can be with you.
Opalia is a bit too distracted to continue, I think so.
I
think
I
we
don't
can
even
end it
know
up.
why I'm so distracted, dude.
Oh well. I think we can end up the episode. These are all rough concepts. Feel free to think. Actually, think of your own show and try to turn them spooky and share your spooky story ideas in the comments.
And in our Discord server.
And in our Discord server. Both of them.
Yes. I hope you guys liked this episode. I'm sorry for being so distracted, but you know.
It's gonna be my headcanon that it was just because of Rose.
You were just staring at Rose the entire latter half of the episode.
And I was just like,
Cut that out.
How old is Rose?
High school age.
old enough?
Old enough, Opalia?
Below 18, basically.
Wait, high school is below 18?
Yeah?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I don't go to America.
High school is 14 through 18. Hold on. I'm
Die
gonna look up her
mittelbare
age.
Schule. I don't know how the German school system works. Basically like 15 or 16, I don't know.
High school is like 14 through 18.
Well, true, but how old is the show? She must be older than me at this point.
You have a point, but that's not the point.
No, he's got a point.
No, he's got a point.
As soon as she turns 18, it's normal again.
Are you just waiting for her to turn 18 so you can simp on her?
I'm just sitting behind her like turning older. I just said elder instead of older because I'm so weird. I'm quirky.
Can we kick her off the podcast?
No.
She's 15.
Ah, we got her.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got her.
Okay, she's 15. And when did the show come out again?
It doesn't matter as long as it's older than 3 years, which it is.
Okay, wait. She was born in 1991, which means she's 21 now, technically.
Hang it.
1991, she would be 31 right now.
Oh, yeah. Opalia, are you still up?
Yeah, let's go. You just hear my door get slammed.
Coda realizes that 1991 is 30 years ago.
It
Almost.
doesn't feel like 20 years into 2000.
Honestly. Hey, Coda,
because
Coda,
we are 20
Coda,
deaths.
Coda. 40 years ago wasn't 1960, it was 1980.
I know, 1980 doesn't feel like 40 years ago. It feels like
Honestly.
30 or 20 years ago.
And even if she was 21, she's an adult.
But she's 15 in the show, and you never get to see her beyond that point, so still creepy. Because you're basing all your affections on a 15-year-old one.
The thing is, I didn't like her in the school outfit. I liked her as soon as she had that Dragon Hunter outfit on.
Oh, you were into the ninja stuff.
That doesn't change anything.
Yeah, that doesn't change the age. It's not like, oh,
when I had a crush on her, I was 9.
Okay, that's fair. Anyways, I forgot we were filming a podcast.
Yeah, you can end the episode now.
Okay, guys, if you like this episode, please leave us a like. Why did I say that weird? I don't know. And if you loved it, please hit that subscribe button. If you haven't done that yet, just saying.
Like, subscribe,
hey,
follow.
Hey, Coda.
Listen.
Coda.
Spotify. Discord.
Coen, no. Coen. Psst.
You just saying Spotify got me.
Spotify.
Coda.
Yes.
I'm gonna steal your lungs.
Lungs.
Steal.
The Bruce.
The Bruce.
Breathtaking. Okay.
Bye.
Honestly, no, Coen. I'm going to send you pictures of my eyes. You cut them out and put them on me.
Send eye pics.
Send eye pics. No, you can just send a picture of your face. It'll be fine.
I don't know. If I send a picture with my full face, I look like a psychopath.
Yeah, that's
I
the
do
point.
That anyways. Oh, psychopaths are creepy.
I thought they were hot. What?
We literally had a conversation about this earlier, Opalia.
We did. I was talking about how if Darby would exist and he would want to kill someone from Gen Z, he would be like, "I'm going to kill you now," and the Gen Z person is just like, "Harder, daddy."